Call to order the January 20th, 26th regular school board meeting. I ask Commissioner Bradley Bedwell to lead us in the moment of silence. Is he here? All right. Can I call on Vivian Daniels, Commissioner Vivian Daniels? Yes, ma'am. Okay, is Commissioner Kirksey here? Will you pray for us? Please.
Just an opening prayer. Let us bow our heads. Dear Father God, we come to you, ask you for information, ask you for utterance. Most of all, we ask you for transparency and honesty in the decisions that are made. We ask for you to have clear minds and give us clear minds and clear hearts with the decisions that are made today. We ask that you give great understanding and compassion to all the school board members who have vital decisions to make tonight. And we pray for solidarity and unity, and we pray that love is always given. Through the name of your Son, Christ Jesus, we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Commissioner Kirksey. Please stand for the pledge. And the pledge will be led tonight by Slingliffe Elementary 5th grade student Harmony Oliver.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Harmony. That was Harmony Oliver from Slingliffe, and thank you, Mr. McKay. Okay. Do I have a motion to approve the agenda and proposed agenda modifications?
Madam Chairman, I move that we approve the agenda with agenda modifications.
Do I have a second? Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay. Any discussion? All in favor?
Yay.
Okay. Motion carries. Okay. Now we have board comments. Anyone?
I just wanted to thank everyone for coming out. We need your support, not just today, but every day, every board meeting in our schools, and I'm truly grateful for those that are activated to assist Dothan City Schools in becoming better. I also want to thank the principals that courageously stood last Tuesday and gave their experiences and their recommendations on the plan. So thank you to all.
Anyone else?
Not at this time.
Okay. Now we have the superintendent's report. Dr. Askew.
I'm going to turn it over to Ms. Harmon for our recognitions this month.
Good evening, everyone, members of the board. Tonight, I just want to take a few minutes to highlight some really great things that are happening across our district, investments that are opening doors for students and meeting real student needs. First, I want to talk about a big win at Dothan Tech Center. Dothan Tech was recently awarded more than $94,000 of Innovation and Modernization Grant from the Alabama Department of Education. This funding is going to support equipment upgrades across 7 high-demand programs. That includes adding a forklift that will be used across programs like automotive, aviation, construction, HVAC, engineering, and welding. And this gives students hands-on experience with the same equipment they'll see in the workforce. The automotive program will also receive new instructional equipment, and culinary arts will benefit from upgraded commercial kitchen equipment to improve both efficiency and safety. These upgrades will be rolling out over the coming months and will help ensure our students are graduating with real-world skills and industry-relevant experience. I also want to highlight a creative investment at Dothan Prep. Dothan Prep was awarded a $6,000 arts grant to support an 8-week visual arts unit focused on printmaking. Students will explore hands-on techniques like screen printing, mono printing, and the project will wrap with the student art exhibition in May. Together, these grants, more than $100,000 combined, showcase both the innovative and creative work happening in Dothan City Schools, and we are proud to recognize both of those schools tonight. So can we please have the school representatives join us on stage for a picture. Let's clap it up for them. No, we'll get it all combined. And then I'm going to scoot out of the way. Okay, and board members, don't go too far because we have one more. Lastly, I want to share something happening at Kelly Springs Elementary that truly speaks to the heart of our schools. Kelly Springs recently created a resource called the Fresh and Fabulous Food and Hygiene Closet. And what I love most about this initiative is that it was inspired completely by students. After participating in a service project to help families affected by natural disasters, students shared how meaningful it felt to help others. And that sparked the idea to bring the same support back to their own school community. Today, the closet provides food, weekend snack bags, hygiene items for students and families who might need a little bit more support. Families simply reach out to the school, and staff work quietly and respectfully to make sure students have what they need. No spotlight, no stigma. This is one of those initiatives that may not always be visible, but it makes a real difference every single day. It reflects the compassion of the Kelly Springs team and their commitment to supporting our children. We are incredibly proud of their work and the care that they show to all of our students. So come on up.
All right, Mr. Mallory.
Good evening. So this is the time where we will recognize our Employee of the Month for the month of January. This employee was nominated by Miss Beth Bouchard, the principal at Highlands Elementary. This month's winner is Miss Emily Breedlove. She is, I believe she's with us. So She's a kindergarten teacher at Highlands. A little bit of information about the nomination from Ms. Bouchard. It states, Mrs. Breedlove is a caring and compassionate kindergarten teacher with a tender and generous heart for young learners who are just beginning their educational journey. She spends extra time with each individual student to build strong, loving relationships and ensures a smooth transition from home to school. Through consistent communication with parents, she builds trust and confidence, helping families feel informed and supported. In addition to providing effective instruction, Mrs. Breedlove knows her students well beyond academics. She can readily share personal details about each child, from favorite snacks to hobbies and pets, which allows her to support their social, emotional, and academic needs. She is a literacy expert who is continuously engaged in professional development to grow as an educator and improve student outcomes. And Mrs. Breedlove also tutors students after school, demonstrating her dedication to the success of all learners. Her ability to speak Spanish has been an invaluable asset to the school, assisting students, families, and staff in numerous situations. Students and parents alike are comforted by her kind, gentle, and professional disposition. The relationships she builds are long-lasting and meaningful. Even older students stop to greet her or give her a hug when they see her in the hallway. She is always smiling, always positive, and always willing to help. She is humble and never seeks attention, consistently placing students, colleagues, and others before herself. She truly embodies what everyone hopes for a teacher and lives in her name, Breedlove, every day. She is deeply deserving of this recognition. Ms. Breedlove, if you'll come forward.
Actually, step this way a little bit. 1, 2, 3. Let's do one more. 1, 2, 3. And last one. Perfect. Thank you.
All right. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes for December 16th, 2025 regular school board meeting?
Make a motion that we approve the minutes from the December 16th, 2025 regular school board meeting.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Yay.
Motion carries. All right, we had a monetary donation of $500 from McGee Firm to the Hidden Lake Primary School for field trips. Do I have a motion to approve donations?
Make a motion that we approve the donations.
All right, do I have a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Yay.
All opposed? Motion carries. Okay. All right. Do I have a motion to approve the December 25 monthly financial reports?
I move that we approve the December 25 monthly financial reports.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Yay.
All opposed? Okay, motion carries. Okay. Do I have a motion to approve the December 25 financial reports for Head Start?
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion to approve Head Start financial report.
Do I have a second? Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Yay.
All opposed? Motion carries. Do I have a motion to approve the Head Start menu for January 2026?
I move that we approve the Head Start menu.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Yay.
All opposed? Motion carries. Do I have a motion to approve the Head Start enrollment and attendance for December 2025?
Madam Chair, I move to approve the Head Start enrollment and attendance.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Yay.
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 Okay, all opposed? Motion carries. Do I have a motion to approve the Head Start monthly summary report for December 2025?
Madam Chair, I move that we approve Head Start monthly summary report.
Do I have a-
Second.
Okay. Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Yay.
All opposed? Motion passes. All right, do I have a motion to approve the overnight field trip for Dothan Preparatory Academy Junior Beta Club students to attend the National Beta Club Convention in Birmingham, Alabama, on February 16th through February 18th?
Motion to approve the overnight field trip for Dothan Prep.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion? Okay, all in favor?
Yay.
Yay.
Okay, all opposed? Motion carries. Okay, do I have a motion to approve the overnight field trip for Carver ninth grade Academy students to attend the Dauphin Island Sea Lab in Dauphin, Alabama, March 13th through March 16th?
I move we approve the overnight field trip for Carver ninth grade Academy.
Second.
All right, is there any discussion? All in favor?
Yay.
Yay.
All opposed? Motion carries. Okay. Okay, we have the personnel agenda. Mr. Mallory?
Okay. We have one deletion, will be C3. C is in cat, 3. And that's a deletion. We have correction to previous action, 3. Non-acceptances, 1. Terminations, 3. Resignations, 11. Additional or temporary employment, 10. Transfers, 3. Conditional and appointments, 9. Appointments, 11. And then verification of higher degree, 2.
Do I have a motion to approve the personnel agenda?
Madam Chair, I make a motion to approve personnel as presented by Mr. Mallory.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay. Any discussion?
I would like to pull F3 and discuss it in executive session.
Say that again.
Yes, I'm sorry.
I make a motion that we pull F3 and discuss it in executive session.
Okay. Okay. All right, so do we have a motion to approve, is that what we do, approve it all but F3? Is that what we need to do?
She put in F3.
Okay. Do I have a motion to approve the personnel agenda all but F3? Do I have a motion?
Approve the personnel agenda without F3.
Okay, do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, any discussion? Okay, all in favor?
Yay.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
All right, next we have the Assistant Superintendent contract. Do I have a motion to approve the Assistant Superintendent
F3.
contract?
I move that we approve the assistant superintendent contract.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All right. Any discussion? Okay, all in favor?
Yay.
All opposed? Motion carries. Okay, next we have the custodian job description. Mr. Mallory?
these 3 job descriptions are the job descriptions that come before you guys back, I believe it was in November. And we went back and made the changes that were requested. So this is just being brought back for the vote at this point. The real change to it was the report too. Okay?
All right. Do I have a motion to approve the custodian job descriptions?
Make a motion that we approve the custodian job description.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay. Any discussion? Okay. All in favor?
Yay.
All opposed? Motion carries. Okay. Losing my place there. All right. The next is behavior specialist. Do I have a motion to approve the behavioral specialist job description?
I move that we approve the behavior specialist job description.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All right. Is there any discussion?
Madam Chair, I would like to say something.
Okay.
I'm all for this, and I'm grateful that this is something that we are doing moving forward. My concern with it is that only 3 of our 10 elementary schools will have a behavioral specialist. So this is something that I would like to look to the future of adding more to make sure that we have it at all of our campuses, because I do think that this could be a valuable asset to especially our elementary school campuses. So breaking it down, seeing that was only going to be at 3 of the 10, I would like to look at possibly putting it at more campuses.
I agree.
Okay. All right. Is there any more discussion? All right. All in favor?
Yay.
Yay. All opposed? Motion carries. Okay. Executive Director of Schools and Student Support Services. And it says to call on Mr. Mallory. Is that what I'm supposed to? Oh, there you go.
So this is one of the job descriptions that within Dr. Askew's 100-day plan. This was, make sure I got them right. So this is over the student support. This would be a new position from what we have, and it would add an executive as opposed to a director in that role. You would have all of the school support that would report into that position. But this is a part of the 100-day plan for that position. This is just the job description that goes along with it.
Do I have a motion to approve the Executive Director of Schools and Student Support job description?
Madam Chair,
Go ahead.
I move to approve the Executive Director of Schools and Student Support's job description.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, any discussion? All right. If there's no discussion, all in favor?
Yay.
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 Okay, all opposed? So the motion does not pass. Does not pass. Okay. All right. Do I have a motion to approve the mental health coordinator job description?
Madam Chair, I move that we approve the mental health services position.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion?
Madam Chairman, may I speak on this?
You may.
This was presented to us as a possible replacement of Spectra Care, and it is one position. After doing a little digging on what Spectra Care does for us, I don't think that this is something that can be replaced with one position. Spectra Care has full-time counselors, several across our school district that are in our schools, and they serve more than 300 students. And that's just not something that is replaceable with a single position.
So we would still need Spectra Care for, say, like emergency situations where we send a group of counselors to a school. And there would be some other specialized services, but it would greatly reduce our reliance on Spectra Care because we would use this position to provide direct services to students. It wouldn't just be a facilitator.
So, Madam Chair, may I speak?
Yes, ma'am.
I gather that Dr. Askew, this is a position that you feel is necessary, and you are making that recommendation?
Correct.
Anyone else?
And what is the financial impact on that, Dr. Askew?
So I think currently we're spending about $262,000 per year on Spectra Care. And for the mental health coordinator job, I think it was somewhere around $98,000. Is that correct, Mr. Mallory? 96.
Madam Chairman, may I say one more thing? So I looked it up to see how much we paid, just to be exact with the numbers. In 2025, we paid $193, but I think in the previous year, it was slightly above $200,000, so.
And Stephanie could speak to the totals currently.
Madam Chair,
Yes, ma'am.
I'd like to know, how did Ms. Ashley pull this up?
It's on the vendor list that Stephanie provided with us months ago.
Okay, so, Madam Chair, so this would be something that Ms. Stephanie would know about, the salary, how much we've been paying? I mean, what we've been paying. Okay. And so tell us how much. Can you do that now? Okay, take your time. Okay, so that's, okay. So mathematician, how much that come to? She said. So one thing.
She's not talking to me.
Okay, no, I'm not talking to you English. Okay, all right. Okay, and before we go any further with this, so Dr. Askew, do you still maintain that this is a needed position that would be better for our school?
I do. It's a common position in many school systems, and it'll allow us to have a person in-house to service our students and staff.
Madam Chair,
Yes, sir.
may I ask, well, I asked you, and you can ask
Yes, sir.
Ms. Walker to repeat the amount we've already paid for 26?
Yes. 42,000. Okay. Is there any further discussion?
Madam Chair,
Ms. Jenkins?
so if Spectra Care is servicing 300 students on average per year, hiring the mental health coordinator, they would be the sole person responsible for servicing those 300 students. There's multiple people at Spectra Care that's servicing them, so it would be that one person's responsibility now to service all of them.
They would be the point person for the district. As I stated previously, there's going to be times, of course, that we're going to need Spectra Care, but our reliance on them is going to be reduced significantly because we'll have a person in-house.
Madam Chair,
Yes, ma'am.
I was just going to ask, so the number that was given for 2026 was 40,000, and we're just in January. So if we do a run rate for the full year, I don't know exactly what happened in January to drive that number, but that would be 480,000. Can anybody tell? I know there me, yeah, per year. Oh, okay, okay. Thank you.
Okay, so, one more time. So for the record, I just want this for the record. We want to, Dr. Askew is making this recommendation. The person would be paid around 96,000, you know, and I'm still seeing a savings. So, I want to make sure that that's on the record. He is still making this recommendation. Is that correct, Dr. Askew?
Correct.
Okay, is there any further discussion? All right. If there's no further discussion, all in favor?
Yay.
Okay, all opposed? Nay. Okay, motion does not carry. All right, do you want me to call on Patrick for all of these? Does he need to speak? Okay, Mr. Mallory, if you'll speak on Director of School Improvement, job description.
Okay, so the Director of School Improvement will be another position that is in Dr. Askew's 100-day plan. This reports to the Assistant Superintendent of Curriculum and Instruction. It would provide strategic leadership and oversight for the most intensive Title I schools in the district, ensure that evidence-based practices, targeted supports, and innovative models are implemented to accelerate student outcomes, strengthen leadership capacity, and close achievement gaps. Would also be responsible for develop and implement a comprehensive vision and improvement strategy aligned to district and state accountability goals for all innovation schools, conduct thorough evaluations of the most intensive Title I schools to identify areas of need and prioritize school improvement efforts based on evaluation findings and data analysis.
Do I have a motion?
Madam Chair,
Yes.
I move we approve the Director of School Improvement job description.
All right, do I have a second?
Second.
All right. Is there any discussion?
Madam Chair?
Yes.
Dr. Askew, can you please explain the current staffing at central office? Because I definitely think we get a lot of questions saying there are however many assistant superintendents in different roles at central office. Can you please explain the current staffing and how you've seen it work successfully elsewhere?
Sure. So currently we have one assistant superintendent, Ms. Jacobs. We've added another tonight, so that'll be a second one for curriculum and instruction. In our curriculum and instruction department, outside of that assistant superintendent, we've got 2 coordinators and we have 2 instructional coaches.
And can you, and I don't know if she would be, oh, I'm sorry, Madam Chair.
Yes, please. Please.
Can you describe the current assistant superintendent, what her responsibilities are? I don't know if it would be better for her to.
Sure. To lead the curriculum instruction efforts across the district, there are many facets. There's, pacing guides, there's resources, there's scope and sequence, and then, of course, making sure all of our programs across all of our schools are aligned. There's certain requirements that we have from the state in terms of programs that we should be using for various levels of intervention, Tier 1, Tier 2, and Tier 3. So aligning all of that work, of course, testing falls under that as well. So it's a huge job. It's setting the strategy for what we do with curriculum instruction. As it relates to the Director of School Improvement, that's a more specialized position. As you guys know, we have a number of schools on the state and federal list for mathematics and for reading/literacy. This person is really the spearhead for that work, making sure we're providing the specialized PD for the teachers in the schools as it relates to that, monitoring that data and providing support for those principals.
Okay. Is there any other discussion? All right.
Madam Chairman,
Yes.
this was a position that you had, Dr. Askew, to hire at the end of next year, or for end of '27. The assistant superintendent, the new assistant superintendent that we have approved the contract for tonight, there are several overlaps in the job descriptions with this new Director of School Improvement job description. I personally would like to see what the new assistant superintendent does, where that gets us. If this is something that we are voting on tonight, but not actually planning on hiring for another year and a half, it's something that I would like to reassess. I do think that it is a needed job, but we're a year and a half out from that, and so I would like to see where we are with our new assistant superintendent and then reassess that at a later date. I've expressed this already before, that I think it's futile to vote on something now that we would not be implementing for a year and a half. That's where I stand with that.
Sure, and I think the vote now allows us to plan forward. And so knowing that we have that position coming, we can start to build the professional development and the modules that that person will carry forward once hired. And, you know, not saying obviously you don't go into it saying who your candidate's going to be, but obviously we can start to train people who might have an interest internally for that position. So as we approach it in 2027, we've got good candidates inside and we don't have to look outside to hire. So those are some of the advantages of going ahead and having the job description on the books.
Is there any more discussion?
So, Dr. Askew, is it your recommendation to hire a director of school improvement? Do you see the need for this? And like you just said, it gives us the opportunity to start preparing for this. We can have changes as things come along, because this is going to take place in 2027. So we have that time, but we can start the planning.
Exactly.
Okay. For the record, Dr. Askew is recommending the Director of School Improvement.
Okay. Is there any more discussion?
Madam Chair?
Yes.
Once we vote on an item, it is really hard to go back and amend that item. So tabling something or voting on it at a later date, continuing the discussion just because we are not doing something at this date does not mean that we cannot move forward with it. We did not vote in all of these items yet. Dr. Askew provided us with a 100-day plan. He moved forward with coming up with these items. We can still move forward with planning to have that position at a later date without having to vote it in. If we do vote on it and we vote it in, then we are locked in with what we voted in, and it is a lot harder to change things that we voted in.
Madam Chair,
Yes, ma'am.
for the funding on this, did I hear correctly that it's 90% funded from Title I? Are there any expirations on that, or how would that work?
So, you know, those funds could change year to year, obviously, but the plan is to fund it out of Title I. 90%.
90%.
Madam Chair?
Yes, sir.
Would you inquire from our attorney, you know, if we can postpone, lay on the table something for a year and a half? How does that fit with Roberts?
Can we table something for up to a year and a half?
You can postpone it for as long as you want. You're the board. Y'all can move it back 6 months, a month, next week. As long as y'all put a motion to table, it's really up to the board of how long y'all want to table something.
Okay.
Ma'am, usually, you know, it takes place the next month, you know, once you table something. So we're going to table it for 18 months.
He said we could table it as long as we we could table it as long as we choose. So if you want to bring it back up in 6 months, we can, as long as we make that motion, we just have to make the motion for however long we choose to motion it, to table it.
Yes, that would be my understanding. If somebody wanted to bring it back up next month, you
Yeah.
could just make a motion to add it, or just add it to the agenda for the next meeting if you wanted to, 6 meetings from now. As AASB says, this is a board meeting.
Yes.
Y'all are in control.
So we could table it for as long as we made a motion to table it. Is there any more discussion?
Madam Chair, and I'll go back to you, Dr. Askew, you have looked into this, and this is something you feel that is needed, and you have the timeline. So are you making this recommendation?
I am.
Is there any more discussion?
Madam Chair, I would like to make a motion that we table this.
Okay.
And you have to have a vote on the tabling of that issue.
Thank you.
Before you move forward.
Okay. Do I have a second to table the Director of School Improvement job description? Do I have a second?
A second, tabling the Director of School Improvement job description.
All right. Is there any discussion?
Yes, Madam Chair. To Dr. Askew, I'd like to know, you were talking about the planning. What is about the latest that you would need to kind of plan ahead for this person to come in winter 2027?
So I would say we're in what, winter 2026 now? So fall of 2026 would be the latest.
He's made his recommendation, let it be. Okay.
So you would say
Okay.
August of 2026?
Okay. Okay, Madam Chair,
Yes, ma'am.
so getting back to it, I just want to make it clear that the superintendent has made the recommendation of what the needs are at this time, and make sure that that's mentioned in the minutes so that we can have that to look at as time, as we go forward.
Yes, sir. Ms. Hendricks, you have that? Okay, thank you. All right. Any discussion on tabling this? Okay, all in favor? Yay. Okay, all opposed?
Nay.
Nay.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll table this.
Do we need,
We get a date, don't we have a date, Madam Chair?
We did not have a date.
Well, then we can't just table it forever.
Madam Chair, I think our attorney said that we could add it at any time, that we could choose as a board 6 months from now, 1 month from now, a year from now, that we want to add it back to the agenda to rediscuss.
Okay.
Is that correct, Mr. Fowler?
Well, let's make it clear, Madam Chair?
Yes,
Excuse me.
please.
Let's make it clear. Our attorney has said that we can table it indefinitely. Is that what you're saying, our attorney?
Y'all can bring it back up next meeting, 2 meetings from now, whenever the board decides.
But you're saying that we can table it indefinitely now?
Yes.
Because
with
no
the-
date is being given.
Right, but with the caveat that you can bring it back up at any time. If you wanted to put it on the next agenda, if something changed, you can bring it back up. That would be my understanding. Again, as AASB says, this is a board meeting. Y'all are in control to a degree of your agenda.
Madam Chair?
Yes.
We know that, Dustin, but we are asking for your advice because, that's why you're sitting there on payroll right now.
I get it. I see, I'll research it if you want me to and get you an answer by tomorrow, but it is a board meeting. You are in control of your agenda and what motions are tabled and which ones are not.
Madam Chair?
Yes,
I
ma'am.
just quickly looked up, can you table a motion for a year? And it says no, under Robert's Rule of Order newly revised. It said lay on the table is designed for temporary delays. It's designed for temporary delays to handle urgent business and expires after a short time. If a motion is laid on the table, it must be taken from the table by the end of the next regular meeting, if within a quarterly interval, or it dies.
But the definition is it urgent at that point in time? What's going to be deemed urgent?
thank you.
Surely, if it's not going to be put in place until 2027, the urgency is not here.
I would agree there's no urgency in what Board Member Walton said. If there's no urgency, the wording she uses, if it's urgent, then I would agree you could not table. But if something's urgent, it would be a question of fact for the board to decide. Do you deem this to be that urgent in nature?
Madam Chair?
Yes.
Dr. Askew, so we know it's planned out for a year, but would you consider this urgent to start planning now?
So the key is, you know, one of the items that are, or two of the items that are on the agenda tonight as well are the consultants for literacy and math. And so there's got to be a spearhead for that work. So whether we have the consultants and that person then, you know, would study under those folks, like I said, we have people internally already who would be learning and then ready to step into the role, or whether we go ahead and say we're going to approve the role, and whether we have those expert consultants or not, we can still start to train our folks so that when the time comes, we do have somebody in place to lead the work. Again, it's a common position in many school systems. If you want to do the school improvement work, and that's the thing, our curriculum instruction department is not staffed adequately. And so that leads to the question that you asked previously. And so this would just be another support there, specialized on that school improvement work.
And I think, Madam Chair, I think with that said, Dr. Askew, I gather you're saying that if you had not thought it was something that we needed to go ahead and approve now, you would not have put it down on the agenda. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Madam Chair?
Yes, ma'am.
So, and of course, we've been receiving a lot of different comments and feedback, and one of the pieces of feedback I've been receiving is, you know, we have internal resources, internal talent here. So to me, if Dr. Askew is saying this is an opportunity for someone internally to train under the experts that we bring in potentially, or whoever to start training now, to me, this sounds like something that would be along the lines of what people have been asking for to promote from within.
Okay. Well, we voted to table it. Can we put it on a future agenda?
Ken, what's your suggestion?
We were just, excuse me, Madam Chair, we were just making it clear. It has already been tabled. The votes tell us that, but we just want to make it clear that this is not what Dr. Askew is asking. It's by a board member, and it was voted on, and so we have to accept that.
Would it be that the board could agree to revisit this in August?
Madam
I
Chair.
don't want to change what you say, just leave it. I mean, I don't want to, Dr. Askew, I do not want to change what you have said. I just want to make it clear, because a lot of work has been put into your 100-day plan, a lot of work has been put in your recommendations, and I want to make it clear for the record that this is what you said. And I mean, we can get up here and we can bounce it around 3 and 4 times. We all have our thoughts about what we should do. But I'm not the superintendent. I don't think any of us have, we don't have anybody, you know, up here who has has the credentials that you have to do the job. So,
I do.
no.
I do.
Okay. Excuse me. Madam Chair, I'm not just saying a doctorate degree, I'm saying credentials, because Dr. Askew has worked in turnaround schools, and that's what we're all about, the turnaround schools. And I don't think nobody else has.
Hey, everyone, by the way, instead of using motion to table, which is usually the vernacular used. You want to use something as to postpone indefinitely or postpone to a time period, which is a kissing cousin to a motion to table. But then if you do that, you're going to have a vote if you want to postpone indefinitely. Most people say to table, but if we want to get technical, it's got to be a motion to postpone, and then a second, and then a debate, and then a majority vote to pass. Most people say table, but technically you would have to say a motion to postpone to clarify that.
Madam Chair,
Yes, sir.
I believe Robert's Rules of Order said you lay it on the table.
Okay.
That's the correct grammar.
He is
Like
correct
to-
on that.
To lay it on the table. And tonight, we would take it off. And since our attorney also said that we can take this item up at a later hour tonight, as long as all the regular business has already been taken care of, we can revisit this tonight.
Okay.
You can, and you can also do a motion to postpone, which is, again, a little bit different than tabling. But you've got to have a debate, you've got to have a second, then you've got to have a vote of what you want to postpone.
May I?
Please.
I mean, are we postponing?
You can make
I
a
don't-
motion.
We've said table.
We said table, but if you want to make a
Okay,
motion to
so
postpone it,
I don't know very much, but I do know some things.
yes, you do.
And I know what I just said is correct. We can revisit this at the end of this meeting.
Okay.
After all of the business has been taken care of.
All right, then
I know that to be a fact.
Well, let's move along then.
But if the goal is to postpone, that is different than tabling. A lot of people use it interchangeably. So
Madam
if you're going to
Chairman.
do a motion to postpone, that's got to be by motion and then voted upon to postpone indefinitely.
Madam Chairman, may I ask a point of order? Did we not
Yes.
already vote to table it, though?
We did already vote to table it.
Already.
So it's already been voted to table.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
done.
All right. So do I have a motion?
Madam Chair, I would like to say something as well.
Yes.
We do have a superintendent, and he does make recommendations to us, but there would be no point in having a board if we just blindly voted yes on everything that the superintendent said. We wouldn't even need to be here if we just voted in everything that the superintendent said. We are also here for a reason. He's one voice. We are also voices. We also listen. We hear things. So just because the superintendent brings forward a recommendation doesn't mean that we as a board have to blindly vote that in. And it's also our job to do research, to talk to other people, to do our due diligence to find out if this is something that we want to vote in and that our constituents and the public and our system want to vote in. So saying just because our superintendent has recommended it past 4 years on the board and even things before that, multiple of us voted no on things that the superintendent brought forward. So just because the superintendent brought it forward doesn't mean that we have to blindly follow it as board members.
Madam Chair,
Yes, ma'am.
I don't think anybody said vote blindly on everything that the superintendent brings forth. I think at this time, before I say any more, I want to bring back this question, and I want to bring it to Dr. Askew.
Yes, ma'am.
And it was, Dr. Askew, you were hired in part because of your experience with struggling schools. Is that not right?
That's correct.
That's what we hired you for. And I was one of the ones that voted because of the turnaround schools. So will you tell us again your experience with turnaround schools?
Sure. So again, my first experience, I was principal at Lithia Springs High School in Georgia. When I took it, it was one of the lowest 5% of performing schools in the state of Georgia. We moved that school 2 letter grades, got it off the state needs improvement list, had a lot of kids win a lot of big scholarships out of there. In Paulding County, which is where I first met Dr. DeWalt when she was consulting there, we had a district-wide literacy turnaround, K through 12, which saw a significant increase in our kids' Lexile scores, as well as their achievement on our state accountability test there. And then, of course, in Clark County, in my most recent position, we had a full system turnaround of our instructional framework as well as our staffing model under Dr. Robbie Hooker there. So 3 times in my career.
Okay, thanks. Thank you. And I don't think anyone up here on this board has that kind of experience.
Madam Chairman, would you mind telling us about how you turned around a school system, you and other people in our system?
Madam Chair, was Mrs. Guilford done speaking? Were you done speaking?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
I was just.
We're completely out of order.
We are out of order, and we need to get back to business. We need to vote on, do I have a motion to approve the board-certified behavior analyst description?
I didn't finish.
Madam Chair, I move that we approve the certified behavior analyst.
Do I have a second? Is there any discussion?
Madam Chair, I have a couple of concerns on this matter. I have spoke with multiple companies in this area that work with BCBAs and RBTs, and have spoke with multiple people within the system and with outside the system about this. My major concern on it is that one BCBA cannot handle a system of our size, and a BCBA cannot do their job without RBTs. The companies that I have spoke with would not be willing to give us their RBTs to work with our BCBAs because they are not the ones, our BCBAs would be the ones writing the plans for the RBTs to then roll out with. And so they would not, we would still be having to contract out for a lot of that. We wouldn't be able to do everything in-house. One BCBA would not be able to do the whole entire job, and we would also need to hire RBTs. I am not opposed to doing all of that. I think that I know that there are a lot of systems that do all of that, but that is a much bigger picture than just a BCBA. So hiring multiple BCBAs for a system our size, as well as RBTs, is something that we need to look at. Their other concern, talking to these companies that do run BCBAs and RBTs, was that you can be paid so much more in the private sector that it's really hard to hire people into that job. The county tried hiring this position, and it took them 3 years to find anybody because we don't have a comparable pay to what they're getting paid in the private sector. So I feel like at this point, hiring just a BCBA is not going to do the job that we need it to do, and we would still be having to outsource a great deal and probably run into a lot of snags along the way, because the ones in our area who run the BCBAs and RBTs would not be outsourcing the RBTs to us when we also aren't outsourcing the BCBAs, if that makes sense. That's a lot of anagrams, sorry, a lot of letters.
Is Ms. Dyer here this evening? Alyssa, could you come to the podium?
Good evening.
Good evening. Would you describe for the board exactly how we would use the BCBA?
Right. So I do understand your concern, and our goal would be to train staff that we have already who are working with our students to become registered behavior technicians. That would be, I feel like, a good use of some of our paraprofessionals who are experienced in this field and who have been working side by side with our contracted BCBAs. If we were able to carry that out and provide that training, then the school-based BCBA could oversee those paraprofessionals who would be trained. It would provide us with access, but it would also grow the staff that we have.
I feel like we need a large number of these, and I know that you know that. I know that special education department is already very undermanaged just across the board. I know we need more help in our classrooms. I know we need more help in the schools. I feel like there's just a lot more to this, a lot more pieces that need to be hired to really make this effectively work. And so my concern at this point is just hiring this one piece and not having the other pieces in place yet. So for me, it's not a no, we don't need a BCBA. It's I feel like there needs to be some deeper work and research and more pieces put in place in order to do that. Does that make sense?
Madam Chair.
Yes, ma'am.
Madam Chair, are we to get permission from the floor before we speak?
Yes, ma'am.
I think we all need to consider that.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, now, I've heard this, Madam Chair, I heard this word multiple, and I am really sort of tired of hearing multiple. Can you give us a name, the companies? It's always, I've talked to multiple this, or I did multiple that, but we don't have any names for these multiples. We'd like to have some names.
Is there any further discussion?
Yes, Madam Chair.
Yes, ma'am.
So Dr. Askew, how would this position, the BCBA, be funded? Or is that a question for Mrs. Dyer?
Strictly through IDA funds. That's federal money.
Okay. So if those funds are not utilized, what happens?
We would lose them, but we use all of our IDA funds yearly, yeah.
Okay.
There's no,
No problem there.
yeah.
Madam Chair, just one follow-up question.
Yes,
So Mrs. Jenkins mentioned we probably need more BCBA's. So is this something we could amend the motion to add more, or that's just a suggestion since she mentioned that?
I'm sorry, your question was to whom?
Well, to you, Madam Chair, but, you know, referencing what Mrs. Jenkins said about we need more than one BCBA.
Yes, ma'am.
Can we amend the motion to try to retain more than one?
This is just to approve the job description.
Okay, this is just to approve the job description. Okay, and when would we hire?
Yes, all of these are just job descriptions. They would have to be a hire that would come
What was
recommendation.
our hire date on this, Patrick? Patrick?
Mr. Mallory,
what's the hire
what's the
date?
hire date on this?
It's 27, what was it? Winter 27.
Okay,
But now we can move that forward, if that's the board's will.
okay. Winter 27.
There's a lot of planning that has to go into it from their side, obviously. So this is another one of those situations. We're just trying to get the job description approved, and then there'll be planning, and then there would be a recommendation that would come back with a who.
Madam Chair, I think my concern is that I know that the special education audit is ongoing, that's not all been finished yet. I know that there was some Zoom meetings last week with some of the parents, that's still something that you're doing a deep dive into like you did with some of the other programs. So I feel like this is something that I would like a more deeper in-depth plan, not waiting a year and a half, but this is a much bigger picture than just one person and a lot more things that it entails. Even amending something to add more jobs in, there's a lot that goes into that, and I would like to see how we could work that out, and could we hire more of these, because I do think that this would be good to have in-house, and I do think that it would take a load off a lot of people, and I do think it would be a good thing to have in the system, but I think there's just a lot of moving parts and more people that we would need to hire with that, and I would like to see that plan as a whole. I think voting in just one job description is only a small piece of the bigger puzzle to that, and I would like to see the full puzzle before I vote in a job description.
All right.
Madam Chair,
Yes, ma'am.
you gave us a list of rules that we need to follow.
Yes, ma'am.
And one of those rules say, number 42.12, no member can speak more than twice on the same question in the same day.
Oh, did that happen?
Yes,
Oh, I'm sorry. I did
just,
that.
yes, it did. It
Okay.
happened.
All right. All right. Nobody can speak more than twice on the same question. Forgive me.
Oh, that's it, right?
Thank you.
Gotta learn.
We got a lot going on up here.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so with that, thank you, Ms. Brenda. All right, with that in mind, if there's no more discussion,
One thing I just want to say before we vote, Dr. Askew, is this your recommendation that we hire a board-certified behavior analyst? Is that your recommendation?
To approve the job description,
The
yes.
job description,
So
I'm
we can
sorry.
begin the planning, and then, of course, you know, funding will dictate how many we can hire, but this allows us to get started.
Yeah, just for a point, I mean, we have a job description manual that has multiple jobs in it. Sorry, we have a job description manual that has multiple jobs in it that we don't have filled right now. This is just for the job description.
Yeah.
Once there was a recommendation made to hire, we hire however many people off of whatever job description we have. We have, like for instance, we have a teacher job description. We don't get a new job description approved every time we get a teacher job. We just hire off of that job description. So all we're doing is getting the job description approved. It would still have to come back before the board as a recommendation on who you hire and how many you're going to hire in that category.
may I add something so the audience can know and the board can know as well? Whenever you spend any federal funds, before we approve the EGAP, Ms. Jacobs loves EGAP, I'm sure, which is the electronic gap and the electronic grant application. before you can pay any salaries on it, the person at the State Department of Education, where you all know that I spent more than a decade working, we have to have a job description uploaded into the documents library so we can know exactly what you're paying. That's at the state. I say we because that was my last employment. And we do that so we can know exactly what you're going to pay. So if you're paying for class size reduction teachers out of Title I or Title II, or if you're paying for a special education teacher, or if you're paying for a school improvement person, you have to upload the job descriptions. So that's what I know that's what this would be, is that if you're going to pay for Title I using this would be a job description that Ms. Jacobs would have to upload before she's allowed to use Title I and even get her Title I budget approved. Her specialist at the State Department is going to ask her for this job description, correct? Okay. Because that's one of the things she will have to upload in her document library. So that's one of the things she has to have in order to get her federal funding approved in her EGAP. So that's something that makes life easier for you. Yeah. And I do know that they do hound her when she doesn't upload it, because I have hounded you before. So that's to make it easier for your federal programs coordinator. It makes it easier for the specialist at the State Department who is reading your federal funding, because they have to have these job descriptions, if that makes it easier for the board members. So.
Madam Chairman, may I
Yes.
speak on this? Okay, so I initially was against this because I viewed it as an additional central office position. After speaking with companies that do this exact job, they said it would be advantageous for us to have this in-house. However, a BCBA is useless without the RBT. They go together. The BCBA makes the plan, the RBT executes the plan. So if we don't have a job description out there for the paraprofessional that is certified as the RBT, I keep having to look back at the alphabet and see what it is. If we don't have that also, then the BCBA is useless. So I would like to have both of those things at the same time. And again, as Ari said, one BCBA is not going to make much of an impact for us, but I am okay with going ahead and approving the BCBA alphabet, the BCBA job description on the condition that we also have a paraprofessional job description. Is that how you were saying you were wanting to set it up? With the RBT requirement.
Right, we ideally would like to have the employees that we have already become certified as an RBT, because they could be overseen. This was just a starting point.
Okay.
So
Is that something we would pay for, their training? I know that there's a certification class.
that would be something that could be considered.
Yeah, and so that's where I am with this, is that I want the whole plan laid out, because like I said, one without the other is pointless. You need both of them.
Is there any more discussion? All right. So all in favor?
Yay.
Yay. Yay. All opposed? The BCBA job description, we're just voting for the job description. So all in favor? Yay.
Come on, yes.
Yay. Yeah. So motion carries. All right. Do I have a motion for the Teacher Recruitment and Retention Initiative in Dothan City Schools Hiring and Retention Policy? Patrick Mallory, you are on the hook tonight.
I'm here, and I guess this is the initiative, obviously, that we presented last week during the work session. So I know we talked in depth about it. So this is the recommendation to approve those items. So
Okay.
if you guys have any questions, I'm here.
Do I have a motion to approve the Dothan City Schools Hiring and Retention Policy? Do I have a motion?
Madam Chair, I move that we approve the teacher recruitment and retention initiative.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, is there any discussion? Now, I do have a note that Dr. Askew has removed the international part. So,
Yep,
That was number 2.
number 2.
yes, we have the hiring and retention policy.
Okay.
Right, this is just for the hiring and retention policy. Right. Okay, so the motion is, so we have a motion, do we have a motion? I need someone to make a
Okay,
motion to
the-
approve the Dothan City Schools hiring and retention policy.
Madam Chair, I move that we approve the Dothan City Schools hiring and retention policy.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All right, do I have any discussion? All right,
Madam Chair,
yes.
I'm all for this. I just want it to be more in the future. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah.
I would like it to be more than 3,000 in the future. Well, is that on the same one or is that the next one?
That is
Same
that
one.
one.
Okay,
This
yeah.
is for the
Yep.
new hires and for
Yep.
the existing. of
So I
those
would like for
designated.
us to look forward to adding more to that.
Okay.
If there's no more discussion, all in favor?
Yay.
Yay. Okay, and then all opposed? Motion carries unanimously. All right, next we have the emergency certified training pathway.
Yes, and this is, and we are already doing some of this from the emergency pathway. What this does and the financial impact of it is if we need to add additional mentors, we would have some money available to do that.
Okay. Do I have a motion to approve the emergency certified training pathway?
I move that we approve the emergency certified teacher certification pathway.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All right, is there any discussion?
Madam Chair,
Yes.
again, I just want it to be more.
All right. If there's no further discussion, all in favor?
Yay.
Yay. Motion passes
Thank you, guys.
unanimously. You've earned a seat, Mr. Mallory. All right, next. The Reading Center contract. Do I have a motion to approve the Reading Center contract?
Madam Chair,
Yes, ma'am.
I move that we approve the Reading Center contract.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Second.
Okay, is there any discussion? All in favor?
Yay.
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 All opposed? Nay. Motion does not carry. All right. Swan Math contract. Do I have a motion to approve Swan Math contract?
Madam Chair, I move that we approve the Swan Math contract.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Yay.
Yay.
All opposed? Nay. All right. Do I have a motion to approve the Technology Improvements Initiative?
Madam Chairman, I make a motion to approve the Technology Improvements Initiative.
Do I have a second? Do I have
Second.
Okay. Is there any discussion?
Madam Chairman, I just wanted to thank Jeremy Green for doing exactly what we asked. We asked you to bring it to us in a policy form, something that was clearly outlined that we could vote on and view in policy form, and you did exactly that. So thank you for bringing it to us that way. I greatly appreciate that.
Yes. Okay. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Yay.
Yay.
Okay, it was unanimous. So motion carries. Governance initiative. Do I have a motion to approve the governance initiative?
Madam Chairman, I move that we approve the governance initiative.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion?
Madam Chairman, may I speak?
Yes.
I am not opposed to a governance initiative, but a governance initiative needs to be initiated and agreed upon by the board, and that's who needs to be the driving force of constructing that. So,
Okay, anybody else? Okay. All in favor?
Yay?
Yay.
Yay.
All opposed? Nay. Motion does not carry. Okay, resource initiative. Do I have a motion to approve the resource initiative?
Madam Chair, I move that we approve the resource initiative.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion? All right, if there's no discussion, all in favor?
Yay?
Yay.
Okay, all opposed? Abstain.
What'd you say?
So motion, abstained. Motion fails. Okay, at this time, we have delegations. We have some delegations from the audience who wish to speak.
Madam Chair,
Yes, sir.
did that motion fail?
It did. Yes, sir. We had 4 abstain and 3 yes. Okay, at this point, we have, hold on just a second. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 delegations who wish to speak. You have 3 minutes. Harris has our timer for us, and you have 3 minutes in which to speak. First, we have, hold on a second, I'm old, so I have to take my glasses off to read. Letitia Jackson.
Madam Chairman, point of order, could I ask that you go over the rules for speaking for everyone?
Yes.
Of decorum and,
Yes. Please stay on topic, and please keep your comments kind. Thank you.
I'm sorry, keep my comments what?
No name calling.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Letitia Jackson, and I'm a proud product of Dothan City Schools and a graduate of Dothan High School class of 1974. The strong foundation that I received here prepared me well for the journey ahead, especially when I stepped onto the campus of Clark College. Before I begin, I want to take a moment to apologize for my outburst during the last meeting. My passion for our students sometimes gets the better of me. Please know that it always comes from a place of love and deep concern for our children and our community. I want to thank the citizens of this community for showing up today. You all needed to see this. You need to see how the business of our schools are being conducted for our children. I'm glad you were here. Staying engaged and involved is critical, so your presence matters. Earlier today, we delivered a packet of a letter to the board urging them to support Dr. Askew's 100-day plan. We had 257 signatures, and some still coming in even as we speak. Many of the people you see in this audience supports that and supports that plan, and Dr. Askew, thank you for what you're trying to do for us. I wrote my message to thank you because I really, really believed today that you all would do the right thing. Unfortunately, you did not, and I'm really sorry that you didn't. because I think that our children are worth an investment of about $100 each. And I think that it was a tragic mistake for you not to do so. I think that, you know, we've been hearing about hiring consultants and what that means. But if you hire a housekeeper and they don't do a good job, would you decide to never hire a housekeeper again? If you go to the doctor and he misdiagnosed you, would you refuse to ever see a doctor again? If you had an HVAC contractor and they failed to fix your air conditioning, would you just suffer through the heat and never call anyone again? Of course not. You would find someone qualified and reputable to do the job. Likewise, because a consultant prior to this board may not have met expectations, it would be foolish to swear off all consultants entirely, especially when you have a team that was brought before you of highly qualified professionals with proven results. But let's not lose sight of the bigger issue. Dothan City Schools have had 5 different superintendents in 11 years. That kind of turnover speaks volumes. What we just witnessed today is a part of that. The board is the governing body. The superintendent is hired to manage day-to-day operations.
Ms. Jackson, your time is up.
So I would ask you to let the superintendent do his job and stop micromanaging him. These were simple job descriptions, not hiring people, simple job descriptions, and you all sat there and refused to let him to even approve a job description. You should be ashamed.
Thank you, Ms. Jackson. Next, we have Courtney Haney. Is Courtney Haney? Oh. Okay, you only have 3 minutes, and
I'll have 3 minutes when she starts it.
yes, when she starts it, and
Okay.
remember to stay on point and be nice.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so I want to speak tonight about accountability. Accountability in our programs, in our required trainings, and in how we can better listen to and support our teachers. I have found that if we are accountable in these things, we see amazing results, especially in math and reading. I taught in this district last year, and I saw firsthand how capable and dedicated our teachers are. We have amazing teachers and educators, yet we are losing so many each year to the county and private schools. If we want to retain teachers and recruit new ones to the area, we must listen to their needs and support them better. When proven programs are used with determination and followed up consistently, students thrive. I have seen the impact of accountability through MSIT meetings, Tier 2 and Tier 3 monitoring, and monthly data reviews. I've seen how no student is left behind when we follow through. Ask the teachers who have taken letters training. It is a long and demanding one. It is a long, demanding commitment, but it is vital in teaching children how to read, and it works. However, teachers cannot be expected to do all of this without support. The struggle getting substitutes for them is real. We need to incentivize substitutes to provide adequate and provide them with adequate pay so they can attend these required teachings, so our teachers can do that. Title II funds can be used in a variety of ways to support teachers and principals. Through additional trainings, recruiting new teachers, and lowering class sizes by adding classroom support. These are all things that teachers have suggested. These funds can also be used to support individuals who want to teach or who are let go while they are working to improve qualifications and get certified. They can also get teachers who are seasoned teachers
we could have them working towards their master's program. I also want to address the narrative that if we don't vote for a consultant, you don't care about children. I strongly disagree. I strongly disagree with that. Teachers sacrifice every day for these students, but they are overwhelmed by the volume of what is being asked of them. Listening to these teachers is caring about children. They are in the trenches. They hold the key to our children's success, but as the poll reflected this spring, most teachers went against it. These are also multiple examples of doing this previously that has not worked. My timer went off, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate your time.
Thank you, Ms. Haney. All right. Next, we have Anita Dawkins. And we ask you to stay on point and be nice. And
First,
you
I
have the
want to
mic.
ask the community villagers, children to come up front. If you're a community village child, please come up front. Let's stand up front, let them see. See, every time you vote, their future depends on it. Good evening, Madam Chair, board members, Superintendent Dr. Askew, educators, parents, and members of the community. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to speak tonight. First, I want to acknowledge and thank each of you for your service. Servicing on a school board is not easy. It requires sacrifice and willingness to make difficult decisions that impact thousands of children and families. I want to thank our superintendent, Dr. Askew, for stepping into leadership during a critical time for our district. Tonight, I am not here to attack anyone. I am here to advocate for our children. The data before us is clear and cannot be ignored. Nearly 60% of our students are reading below grade level. Over 40% of our students are 40% of your teachers are uncertified. Our students are struggling across the board in math. These are not options, these are facts. Our principals, the people closest to you in the classroom, have come before you and asked for help. They have spoken honestly about their needs, their challenges, and the reality inside the schools. When leaders on the front line ask for support, we have responsibility to listen. This conversation is not about politics, it's not about personalities, and it's not about pride. It is about our children. Hiring consultants does not mean we don't value our teachers. It means we are supporting them, especially those who are new, uncertified, and overwhelmed. Our teachers cannot do the work alone, and they should not be expected to. We must stop framing this as consultants versus teachers. This is about resources versus no resources. This is about intervention versus inaction. Every year we delay, our children fall behind and they do not get the time back. As a community, we are asking you to lead with courage, to vote for objective, not subjectively, to make decisions based on what is best for the students, not what is comfortable.
Ms. Dawkins,
Our
your time is
children-
up.
Thank you.
Thank you. And last, we have Mr. Robert Jones. Okay. Do y'all want to do executive session and then come back and let him speak? Do executive session and come back and let him speak? Yes, sir. He's the last one. Okay, he's coming. All right, we're waiting on you. Take your time. Take your time.
Thank you all so much for waiting on me.
Yes, sir. You have 3 minutes, sir.
My name is Robert Love Jones. I pastor the North Highland Baptist Church, 407 Houston Street, in Dothan, Alabama. I've been there for 42 years.
Wow.
And I've enjoyed every minute I've been there. Now, I'm not one of those who come to school board meeting every now and then. I come every time I can get a chance to come. I want to thank you all for your service. I'm having problems, y'all, because as I sat there tonight, I heard more about money and opinions and Robert Rules of Order. And I heard little about children. It's more about them than it is about us. Dr. Askew came to Dothan when our system was flawed. And can't nobody in this building blame him for the problems we got in the school system. We hired him to come here to fix the system because it was broken. I heard that lady there say we've had 5 superintendents in the last 5 years. 11 years?
11.
However many. I stood to ask you all, our leaders, since you have hired him to come and fix the system, why in the devil don't you let him do that?
Thank you, Mr. Jones. If you have a tag number, if you have a tag number A2XR65, you have someone blocked in and they have an emergency, they need to get out. Again, that's A2XRX5. You have someone blocked in and they have an emergency and they need to get out. What kind of car is it? They didn't tell me what kind of car it is. It's a white GMC truck, and the person that you have blocked in, they have an emergency, and it's a white GMC truck, and it's A2XR65, so we don't want to keep anybody in that has an emergency. So if you have a white GMC truck, you need to move your truck because they need to get out.
Is that the tag on the truck?
It's the tag on the truck. The tag on the truck is A2XR65. So if that's your tag number, you need to move your truck so they can get out because they do have an emergency. All right, thank you. All right, So we do need to go into executive session for that personnel that we pulled. So do I have a motion to adjourn to executive session?
Madam Chair, I move we adjourn to executive session.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, is there any discussion? All in favor?
Yay.
Okay. It'll probably be about 5 minutes because we only have maybe 10. They said maybe 10. Okay. So maybe 10 minutes. We'll be right back. Okay, I call us back to order. I call us back to order. All right, no action was taken during the executive session. We do need to vote on the personnel item. We need a motion to reconvene.
Madam Chair, I move that we reconvene the regular session.
Okay, do I have a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Yay.
Okay, motion carries, and we do need to take action on the personnel item F3. Do I have a motion to take motion on personnel item F3? Personnel item F3.
Job description.
No, it was the F3, personnel.
Ashley?
Make a motion to vote on personnel item F3. Is that correct?
Okay. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay. Any discussion? All right. All in favor of approving F3? All right. All opposed?
Nay.
Nay. All right.
What is F3?
Approving F3 for personnel?
Yeah, hold on one second.
That was the personnel, F3?
Let me see it.
Okay.
What page is that on?
Oh, yeah. Get it. It is right. I'm sorry, I have to correct that number. It's F1.
It's F3.
F3?
That may have been last month's meeting.
No, it's F1. Yeah, let me see that.
She said F3. Is this?
There's the 20th meeting. Yeah. F3. I think you're on the minutes.
I'm on the minutes. I'm on the minutes, Ms. Brandon.
Let's see.
F3.
Okay. Motion. We approving this.
We were voting to not approve it. Not approve it. To not approve it.
That's what we're voting on. We already voted, though.
Yeah, they took it out. They took out F.
Okay. So all in favor to approve it?
Madam Chair, we already voted, correct?
Yes.
The vote has already.
So, yay.
Okay. All opposed?
Nay.
Nay. All right. Okay. All right. Ms. Davis, yes.
Madam Chairman, I make a motion to withdraw the tabling of the Director of School Improvement job description.
Okay, do I have a second? All right, all in favor? Yay.
Yay.
Madam Chair, I make a motion that we postpone the Director of School Improvement job description.
Okay, do I have a second? Second. Okay, all in favor?
Yay.
Yay.
Yay. So that was unanimous. All right. Okay, We're getting out of here before 9 o'clock, people. That's great. All right, so, new business. We do not have any new business except for Tuesday, February 17th at 3 o'clock, the board work session for accreditation training, and Tuesday, February 17th at 5:30, regular school board meeting. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Do I have a second? Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Yay.
Motion passes. We're out of here before 9 o'clock.